Hello, this is Seth Welling. Welcome to another AFI 100 Greatest American Film List Review. Today I'm doing Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Occupies the 64th position on the 1998 list, and it is not on the 2007 list. And let's start this off. Many people think of Close Encounters of the Third Kind as being a sci-fi film, but it's not a sci-fi film. It's actually more of a film about us than it is about the aliens. This is a film about two novices who stumble across the first meeting of humans and aliens. On one side, you have the army. Army is led by Francois Truffaut. He's a famous French director. Ironically, he plays an American. Truffaut is trying to investigate all these strange, otherworldly events that's happening in America. They find a lost squadron from World War II in the desert. The squadron was lost in 1945, and then at the same time, Roy, who was played by Richard Dreyfuss, is driving along in his truck. He's a telephone lineman. Stops at a stop sign, and he has an experience. Basically, it's a spaceship flying over, and he cannot understand it because, let's face it, none of us would be able to understand if a flying saucer flew over our heads. Not to say that it will or it won't, but it's just so otherworldly that it just blows our concept of everything we know. And also, this mother named Jillian, played by Melinda Dillon, her son is attracted to some weird lights, and all of a sudden she's in her house and it starts shaking like a poltergeist house, and weird lights are coming out everywhere, and there's stuff falling out of the refrigerator, and she meets Richard Dreyfuss' character when her son is wandering on the road trying to go after those lights, aka the alien. And Richard Dreyfuss' truck almost smears the boy all over the asphalt. Roy and Jillian are in Indiana, and they find out through some psychic intuition that the aliens plan to meet humans at Devil's Tower in Wyoming. And so they travel to Wyoming to try and figure this thing out. The review I read was all peachy and saying, oh, this is a wonderful film for multiple ages and it brings people together, but I didn't get that. What I got was, this is the student film that Steven Spielberg made before he made E.T. Now, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of I got plenty of iconic moments, like when the spaceship flies over Roy's truck. You can see that in Men in Black, the first scene in Men in Black, the original Men in Black, but it's flying the other way instead of how it flew in Close Encounters. See, Spielberg is a fan of reusing stuff, just like all directors. Here's a spoiler. I don't think you ever get to see the aliens in the film. And this is like E.T. E.T. and Jaws. E.T., you only see E.T. He wanders off the ship takes off, and you never see another E.T. type person of his race, his, the beings that he came from. But you do see shadows of other E.T. people. Well, people, aliens, humanoid alien type of thing. And in Jaws, you never get to see a shark. well, let me just, most of the movie you never get to see the shark. Oh yes, the other movie, like I talked about now, the fridge had a mess in front of it, food falling out of the fridge. That's classic E.T. Government versus people, average people. That's also E.T. So basically, you can watch this film, and I found it confusing in the beginning, and then it wasn't as coherent as E.T. I'm gonna say I like E.T. better. And I think that's why it's off to 2007 list. I don't think it aged well in 40 years. You know, Jaws is 42 years old and Jaws aged well because all of you know it. All of you even know the theme song to Jaws. And you know the theme song to Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's like 5 notes. And I'm not going to sing it because I am not a singer. I think if you really like Spielberg and you really want to see where he came from, watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It still has that childhood curiosity that is always present in a Spielberg movie, you know, but I was expecting more out of it, I guess. If you like this video, click like, subscribe, visit my guest list in the dialogue box below, and have a good night.